Alright, I think I'm on. Oh shoot, I forgot. Should have got a... Never mind. Okay, let me get this one up here for you guys real quick though. Keep save, learn more. Okay, I could get the moderator. Hi Lionel, thank you for joining. I need to set up something real quick. Okay. How's your computer doing? Oh, shit. Good. Not much. Ooh, hang on. There we go. Not much there. Okay, so here we go. Alright, I hope you see my screen there. Yeah, everything's good. Okay, I think that's good. Alright. Okay, let me wait a couple more minutes. Let me kill some times by I know there's a lot of lines here to go through. So I went back to just full transparency here. Of course, I was buying over here. This is my long-term account. So I've been buying since I start my position up here. And you know, little at a time, obviously, like 20%, and then one another 20% type thing, right? Now the brokerage account that I have it's kind of weird because I can't buy the actual shares, but I could rebalance it, and so you know, I could only do it that way. So you know. So, for example, if I have 100%, you know, like anything, like let's say in SPY, and then I want to allocate some to Gamestop, I would have to do, okay, 80% SPY and 20% Gamestop, right? And so each trading morning depends on when they trigger that buying order. I might not get it, you know, at the best price, so to speak, right? But I will get the share of GameStop at that point, and 20%, whatever that 20% is, come out to be. So that's how I do it, and then of course I increase my position, you know, as time goes on. And I went back to see the date, and so these are the times that I kind of trigger that rebalancing. And so ever since then I have not added more, and so if you were to average it out, my average cost is around 42, or you know, like around this price point. So yeah, $42 or something, also $41. So just again, full transparency. I feel like my throat is getting crazy. Alright, Hi, Giga. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. Yep. Edward, learning the system. Okay, good. What's up, me more? Hi. Hey, Citadel Security. Well, I'm honored that you're watching me. Is that the real one? I'm sure it's probably a burning our account or whatever. Well, Citadel Security is in the chat. Pack at lunch, Kenny. Did you know? I don't know what that is. $20 plus March. I don't know what you're talking about. So of course, like if you watch my channel before, I know you're new here. I'm all about the stock. I'm not, the coin person. So just prefaces you ahead of time. You might want to get out of the, live stream if you don't realize that by now. So anyways, just full transparency, I went back to get all the dates that I bought the stock. So obviously my cost average is up, way up there from here. In that account though, I have my short-term account that I do, trade in and out. And just, a couple weeks ago, I kind of nibble at, the price over here. So my other account, I have about, I think $14 or so. And again, it's like I'm just nibble, like 25 shares at a time, and any extra funds that I have, I've been nibble at it. And of course, I kind of play a little bit of option too. And again, it's a very, very complicated thing that I'm kind of learning about as much as I can about the options, cast a Q put, covered call, and all that stuff, just to again get my feet wet, so to speak. And I've learned about this all like a year ago, but I just didn't know all the strategy, iron condor and all that BS that people are talking about. And mainly the reason why I do it myself is to, I learn best when I practice it myself, right? Reading is not my strong suit. It's more like, hey, I learn by practicing it myself, right? And so, yeah, it's kind of dangerous. If you learn with real money, you kind of lose real money, right? And also you could make real money too. But so again, I'm just learning. But as far as like that account, my cost average is a lot lower, around $14. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so how everybody's doing today? Giga, I will say about option, they're not for everyone, but it's good to know the history of GameStop and why the squeeze happened on January 28. Always start with a paper account. Yes, I agree. But I feel comfortable enough to, when I play option, I don't do, buying. Well, like leap option, usually, currently I do have a couple contract open for GameStop, but it's like 2 years from now, right? And I usually do the in the money call option, because that's, in my opinion, of course, I'm not saying that for all of you to do that, I'm not saying that, but in my opinion, it's a little bit safer. But again, it depends on what price you are getting at, like strike price, right? So the call option that I got, just full transparency, I have about 2 call options right now on GameStop at $17 strike price, and it's expired 2 years from now. So what I'm essentially saying is that, hey, I'm willing to pay however much. I think I paid like $400 or so. No, maybe a little bit more, because I dollar cost average down on that too. The first one I opened, it was like around here, around this time, and it was like $700 or something, right? But at the time, of course, like I was planning to kind of sell it real quick to capture that move, but it never really appreciated in price, so that's why I kind of add around maybe I add one more and then sell it back for a profit. But anyway, it's pretty complicated. But right now, my cost average, I have two contracts. My cost average is 500 and look at it right now, $540 per contract. And currently at the market, if you were to look at it, right now I could sell it, well, the market's not open, so I'm sure it will fluctuate, but right now it says $470 per contract. So I'm still in the negative on that contract, but again, I have 2 years to hold this contract. So my logic is that with this earnings within a couple of years, that contract might appreciate in price for I don't know what I'm gonna plan, but we'll see. And of course I'm planning to sell it too, in and out, but that's just me trying to learn as much as I can about, okay, what's the leap option is about. And it's the money that I'm okay with losing, so to speak, quote unquote. But of course I'm monitoring it too, so I think $17 in 2 years from now, it's a pretty good deal in my opinion. So in that case, if GameStop were to go up to $22, right, I would make, anything above that, I would make 100%, right, of that call option. So the break-even point, if I look at it right now, for that call option, hold on, they don't tell it. That's so weird. Let's see. That's so weird though, you guys. I mean, I could do my own math here though. Shit. Oh, maybe because it's not open. The market's not open. I'm sure I don't know how to look it up. Really? Okay. Darn. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to see where my... Okay. So average $22.50. Yeah. So with that 2 call option, if GameStop go up to $22.50, I would break even on that. But again, I have 2 years on that contract to kind of capture that growth, so to speak, right? Now, usually call contracts are used to hedge. They don't it's not meant to be keeping you rich or making you like a gazillions of dollars here, and that's what the misconception is. And And however much you pay for that contract, I'm sorry, you might lose it, within that 2 years. So just so you know, don't be like that. That's the risk of call option, is that you have a limited of time to hold on to it. Depends on what the expiration date you buy into it. All right. Sorry. Option activity was one of the main driver behind the rapid price movement. 1 million shares, 150 million shares needed to be delivered by only 7 days. Okay. I personally never buy option. I only sell them short term, but for some they are too risky, and I respect that this isn't a game. Yeah, of course. I would never sell option on my whole position. True. Citadel is going long. Yeah, I mean, the price movement, I get it. That's why the term gamma ram always like being used to kind of pump up AMC too. I remember Boss Blunt was like touting to the world. It's like, gamma ram, if you don't understand option, you're the dumbest person. I was like, well, they could position themselves, And so those gamma ram never happened for AMC, like ever, right? And even if they do, I'm sure they were prepared already that, whatever happened to GameStop, they were caught off guard. They're not, they're not going to make the same mistake again by, going. And that's why they want you to jump into a different play and not GME. GME, is always like one of those negative connotations, like, oh, it's over, and it's that the shit company and all that stuff, and it's struggling, it's decline in price, it's decline in, all of those terminology, distressed, those type of terms coming in. And now we have this meme coin coming to kind of poop on the party, so to speak, right? Of course, GameStop has been doing great fundamentally. I've covered that many a time, so I'm not going to talk about that right now. But yeah, I understand that there are mechanisms that happened within the gamma ram and the short squeeze, the fact that they were caught off guard. And yeah, whether it still continued to happen, I don't really care, honestly, that much about it. What I care about is the fundamental of the company, right? I think that this company is setting themselves up for success in the next decades or so, and I'm here for it. Whether it's taken decades for people to realize the value of this company, and the value of this leadership too. I'm here for it. Again, I have nothing but time to wait on my Roth IRA. If it takes 30 years, great. I'm here to accumulate shares as much as I can, and learn as much as I can about the market. And there you go. And if you're a trader, obviously you stand to gain as well. Like if you want to trade this company in and out, go ahead, go pick a penny over the train or something like that, right? It's like I said, there are very small trader out there that are billionaires, right? Unless you're a market maker, unless you are, somebody who have the inside information about a certain company, you won't be, benefiting from that. Just my opinion, right? And then, sorry, where is the, I'm trying to get that scroll bar. Here we go. I would never sell. That's true. Read that one. If you pay $400 for option call and the strike price is break-even point would be $21. Yeah. what I did was I paid more than that for, you know, this run right here. I know, like, I should have done it over here, but of course, like, you know, I was kind of dumb in that sense. I was like, I should have bought it like 2 days ago. But I add that position over here, and while it was volatile, it was kind of expensive. It was 750 at the time. But since then, I add one more to kind of like dollar cost average down on that particular contract. So that's why now the average price is, what did I say? Well, my average price now is I want to get the 545. So that contract now on the open market is around $500. So for me to break even, the stock price would have to be $22.50, right? And if it hits $22.50 and above, you know, within that 2 years, I have control over 200, right? Two contract is 200 shares of GME, and I could either exercise it, but when I exercise it, I have to have the money, right, to buy it at that price, at that $17 a share. I have the rights to do that. So that's how option works. And to exercise, you have to have that money too, right? You can't just, yes, you have control over that 200 shares if it's above $17, but for you to obtain that shares, you have to have that money to buy it. And that's what people don't realize about, you know, buying call option too. They think that, hey, if they're in the money, they have that share in their hand. No. You need that money. However, a contract that you're opening up, you know, times 100 and whatever the strike price is. So for example, for me, if I want to exercise this call option, I would need 1700, right? 1700 times 2. So I need $3,400 to exercise that call if it goes above $17, right? I'm hoping it's not too complicated. Okay, win drops here. For a leap, yes. Short term, the breakdown would be much lower. Short term, okay. Well, that's your opinion. I don't know. I think that this earnings gonna be massive, in my opinion. I mean, if Wall Street estimated to be this, maybe they're overestimating it, right? So that GameStop's not going to kind of beat expectation. And just so you know, this is $84 million. They want GameStop to make more than $84 million this quarter, right? And so is that too steep of an expectation? Is it setting GameStop up for failure at this particular calls or earnings? I mean, since they've been beating expectation for at least 4 times already, I mean, that means something, no? Okay. Comes. I like to sell covered call and use the premiums to buy more shares, and it's still for more too large. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, do you have covered call? Hold on, I might have started one, but again, my strike price is like pretty high. Oh shoot, I have so many small accounts, you guys. Like, I'm not, like I said, I have my Roth over there for my long-term one. Yeah, I might just start that position, but I don't know. Again, I don't want to advocate people to do that because it's pretty complicated, and you know. Oh, I opened up a cash secure put for the long-term one too. It's like a year out of date. So yeah, that premium, I could use for anything. Currently, I've started, some position here, and my dollar cost average is around 14 or so. So I've been nibble at this, little at a time. Obviously, I'm kind of expecting it to be $12 because the whole market is due for a correction, so to speak, right? We have an all-time high on the SPY, and Kramer has been kind of pumping, the tech stocks like buy now or whatever. His recent, rant there, soft landing is here, we made it, and all that stuff, but I don't believe that. So when the SPY's starting to sell off, I don't know if it's going to be this week or next week. I'm kind of expecting that too. So yeah, GameStop's going to kind of diminish in price. Again, price action. I'm not talking about the company. You have to separate the two here. As far as the company goes, we're doing great fundamentally. Small risk, covered call. Still a small risk that for some too great to be worth it. Yep. That's the risk with buying any option. Yep. You can't explain target price in red. Wait, can you explain target price in red? Lynn, could you rephrase your question a little bit? Just having a gamma ram isn't enough. You need people to actually exercise below the start, below to start the ramp of forcing settlement. Right, and I think most people didn't have the money to exercise, and they thought they had the control over that shares, right? And when people buy option at that time, I'm sure most people don't know how option works, right? They thought, oh, call option is just the same as buying stock, right? And they didn't realize, like, that yes, they could make tons of money, but then, how to manage it, right? And they see their account went from $1,000 to $1 million at that one point, right? But then they don't know how to manage it. They thought that $1 million is going to stay put, and they missed the opportunity to own, GameStop at like 2 cents on a share or something like that, if they know how to manage it. Yeah, it's like you could sell half of that call, however much call option you had at the time. Let's say you have 10, right? And you sell 5 for whatever astronomical amount of price that it was at the time. But you have to sell it on the right time too, because those call option value will go down, depends on the price action. Like if you look at the price over here, back then people didn't know what call option was. They just, oh, Robinhood, I heard this and this, and then when it dropped, it could go from $1 million to like $2,000 really quick over here, right? And so that's why people didn't realize that. And so yeah, that's a missed opportunity there. Shrinking company with higher evaluation all the time. I don't know what you're talking about, Winthrop. Shrinking company? How? Okay, sure. Revenue, right? You're talking about revenue again? Higher evaluation? Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Valuing fair, valuing fair value. Jimmy is pretty hard. Okay, Uncle Eric, I don't know. Valuing fair value, Jimmy, is very hard. He's talking about like if you want to evaluate GME, is pretty hard to say it's not fair value. I'm not. That's how I read it. Hi, Emmanuel. Thank you for joining. You can sell covered call against a leap. Oh, really? Oh, is that like part of the poor man covered call thing that they do? If it's in the money, right? If it's in the money, correct. Okay, let's see. I'm glad that you are talking about option. There is a lot of misinformation about derivative. I know I'm like, I know the basic, right? I feel like I don't know enough to talk about it, to the point where I'm satisfied with, giving good information, right? Because to me, I need to learn myself to lose the money or whatever. Lose the money, sorry. I need to learn what I need to learn in order to put it in practice myself, and when I feel well versed, I will kind of go through the basic and all that stuff, right? And so thank you though, appreciate you. Winthrop, do you own any shares? I can't remember if I asked you before. If so, you are bearish. Why not just sell covered call to recoup some lost value? I have put leaps. Okay, no wonder you're advocating for the demise of this company. Oh, okay, so you're hedging. All right. So yeah, you are a trader. You're not like even an investor or anything like that. So yeah. It's kind of evident in the fact that you think it's gonna be a shitty company, right? Sure. Why have a covered leap call if you're so sure that this company is gonna go under? Poor man's covered call, yeah. And just sell put really, really low, or just sell put really low. Open a paper account on stream so the other people can hear who didn't understand, can see you learn live. Okay. I know I'm very bad at I don't want to kind of put my info out there, but yeah, I could try to open a new account for that one. That's a good suggestion there. You can trade and invest at the same time. Sure, yeah. I mean, that's why learning option is important. But if you advocate people just to buy call or buy put and all that stuff, it really depends on the price movement, right? Currently, there's no volatility in this stock. So this is like ever since last 2 years, right? There's no volume whatsoever, with the exception of before the earnings, right? And so when you sell call, sell put, or whatever, you need that volatility to happen. And so that's the only window of opportunity for any call option holders, buyers, seller, whichever market you want to be aware of, especially with this stock. you know, you have to be educated at least, or at least have more information about that, to make the right decision, right? And so, right, you're right. They're not mature. Okay, mutually exclusive. Yeah, I agree with you. You know, like, yeah, you could invest at the same time while you know, kind of see the price movement of the stock and all that stuff. But most people, you know, are not as fortunate to learn about, you know, call option and all that stuff. So, that's why I'm trying to educate myself as well. Okay, so let's talk about this memes coin. I know, like, my stream, I was not intended to talk about option at all, but just something. Okay, so I was, of course, on Twitter and seeing all this craziness. Now, I've talked about this before, where, you know, they have this type of, like, oh, the people's coin and all that stuff. I'm sure these are bots again to get you to buy into the soul, right? Whatever, GME coin, pump it up and all that stuff. And of course, like, when people are losing money or rug pull or whatever from this coin, they're gonna use that as an excuse to be like, oh, GME is a terrible company, right? Oh, look, people are losing money because of GME. And I'm sure the news media is gonna conflate the two, you know. And for people who are not aware of what's going on with the company within this last 3 years, they are going to believe the same thing. And so that's the whole point of you know, creating this coin in the first place, is to do that. You know, it's like, it's the tactic, right? Look, I like the coin. Again, it's crazy. What is this one? Holy moly, Sunday. But anyway, so if you were to look at the price of the coins right now, it's down 24% in the last 24 hours. I'm sure the news article is going to be tomorrow. GME is down. You know, the meme coin is down this much. It's ridiculous. But anyway, so I was looking at, like, who's behind Solana, right? Who gave the seed money? And what I found, again, this is according to Google. You could Google this yourself. So this is the guy who you know, make the blockchain, so to speak. I can't say his name, so it's right there. If you were to Sullivan Cromwell, hold on. Here we go. Let's look at that. So this is the guy, and if you look at his bio, did I have it? No. But apparently he was from Ukraine or something originally. But yeah, like the connection is so weird. It's like, why would Ukraine be? But I remember FTX kind of throughout the lawsuit and all that stuff, there was like money laundering and all that stuff, right? And it's kind of fitting, of course, it's, you know, connected. Now, again, this is just me searching online here, so I don't know if it's true or not. The source is, it's kind of like whatever is on Google, you know. This is what it says right here. Solana is FTX and Alameda and Alameda's largest holding. So at that time, they had, so this is 2003. They have 20% of FTX total was Solana holding, right? Holding. And so they had a lot of stake in there. And apparently FTX was the one that gave Solana the seed money to start the blockchain. So there you go. Connect the dot, whatever you need to connect. The fact that it's related to FTX, and remember FTX has GME coin as well on their blockchain. And when the lawsuit happened, I don't know where that token goes. I don't think the token holders for GME at the time would get anything back. For example, if the SEC go after Solana or any other cryptocurrency currently, you might not get that coin back from anything. Now, from what I'm just discovering too, Solana is a proof of history blockchain, so it's a little bit different mechanism than Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum, they just moved to proof of stake, right, a couple years ago. And Bitcoin is proof of work. So while Solana is proof of history. So that's just a small snippet there. So I didn't know that. Of course, I guess the transaction is being proved through history rather than having to go through the work to solve mathematical, complex problem in order to, put the block in there. So that's what it is. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting that, again, this Solana is the blockchain that is minting, that this coin is minted on. That's why I'm mentioning it. Because, again, I'm pretty ignorant about, Solana blockchain myself. Because, again, I haven't kind of brushed up on it on anything at the moment. But now that it's related to Gamestop, coin and the stock itself, I'm kind of curious. So I'll be doing a little bit more digging on that one. So just a snippet up there. But of course, this is the contract right here. If you want to take a look at that yourself, who's behind it? I'm curious always, who's behind all of this thing. But of course, my speculation is that it's the same actor. Alright, you can trade, okay, whatever. As a call seller, I would say it's nice when the volatility is low, then the premium collection and risk management is more predictable. Okay. Wouldn't you get more the price action? If it's high volatility, your call, when you sell call, wouldn't you get more, right, in premium? I know, lower risk in terms of not getting your shares recall, right, back to or exercised by the option buyer, so to speak. Yes, but high volatility mean high premium. Yeah. Keep burning hybrids. What's up? Keep grinding. Higher IV week to week, yes, but not too high on the specific account. Otherwise, the premiums are very low. But conversely, that means there is less chance for the stock to reach the strike price. True. Grinding is the best surefire way and least risky way of having a position, for sure. Marantz is right, as usual. Yep. Solana is massively centralized. Okay. So you know a little bit more about Solana. I don't think it is nearly as good as other blockchain, but they do have a big development team and a big community, which cannot be ignored. I get that, but I think, the proof is, I think Solana just got made, was 2018, right? So the proof is, what am I trying to say? Like, it hasn't been around long enough for it to be like strong enough, right? Like Bitcoin, for example. I don't know. I've never heard of any. Maybe I'm wrong here. I've never heard of any wallets being hacked, so to speak. So unless you have the physical thing. But I've never had enough Bitcoin to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars for them to hack it, do anything. So perhaps that's the reason why I haven't experienced anything. Biggest crypto gainer today, of course. Look, what is this? So this is 1 day ago. Dork, GME, Babe. Yeah, is it still on the Uniswap? Dex, Uniswap, Dex2, Dumb Money, of course. Let me see if it's still on there. I think this is the one that FTX mint right here. And I think it's still being traded on here. Let's see. Oh, no. Okay, so none. Why would they say that? Makes no sense. Yeah. I guess not. I don't know why that link said that. Okay. The new meme coin called Domini has been pumped to fresh record 50%. I think they're talking about the Solana one, but why is it on here? I don't know. Misinformation. Sure. Crazy. I think this was 2 days ago. That's the one I showed you guys yesterday. Yeah, I mean, there's just be vigilant out there, you guys. But as far as the stock goes, I don't know where the price point would be tomorrow. In relation to SPY though, I think again, right or wrong, I think it's gonna at least have some correction. Oh wait, this is future, I think. Is this all-time high? Yeah, so this is the all-time high for the last time, but this is the all-time high for today, or this past week. What are you guys expecting the SPY to do? You think it's gonna continue to go up higher? I don't know. I doubt it. Maybe I'm just skeptical, jaded at this point. Market has to go up, right? It always gonna go up. It never comes down until the bubble pop. Grind don't stop. What's up, y'all? Hi, what's up? What's up? I don't know, like, to me, this spy thing, it's overblown. I was looking at, no, not that one. Oh, the bond. Sorry. I have like couple tabs here I was gonna show you guys. But what is this one here? Oh, here. This is the CEO of Solana. Apparently he's from Ukrainian, right? And so this is how I learned a little bit about him being Ukraine or related to Ukraine. And this is the proof of history. Just a different way of accounting, you know, in terms of that. Isn't it slower though than, or less secure, sorry, than the rest of the other ones? Solana has faced network outage. Oh, okay, so they don't have the they tend to have breakdowns or something because it's too much, right? Okay, however, the network was up and running within 24 hours. That's concerning too. It's like, what if you have like your money in there and then like all of a sudden just went dark? I mean, what happened between then, you know? I don't think Bitcoin ever went dark. I might be wrong though. Solana network performance improve significantly into 21. I don't know. Again, this is just a biography, so to speak. I don't know. But yeah, who's behind it? It seems like FTX was the one that gave them money to start the blockchain. So again, anything that's kind of associated with FTX is kind of like, well, now anyway, that we know about, that it's being, it's a fraud, so to speak. So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Like, this type of technology is going to be exploited by, you know, the big wig out there, and people who have monies will always want the control of it. Of course, the original purpose of you know, Bitcoin or blockchain in general was to keep, you know, the level playing field. But I think there's so many misinformation out there about every single blockchain that it's trying to make a difference or trying to get into the market of like transferring value over the internet, so to speak, is being bamboozled, you know. And again, when money comes in, like big institutions and all that stuff, you have to take notes. Like, hey, they want this technology. It's just that they don't want retail to be first. And so they have to bring the regulator in to kind of dampen the growth. But that's not to say, you know, GameStop's gonna miss out on that at all. It just, to me, balance sheets is doing well. So that's what I'm focusing on. One quarter at a time. So let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Pump into March. I don't know. I'm very excited on layer 0 blockchain right now, like Atom and Dot. Oh, okay. Concentrating on just value is retarded with when it comes to blockchain. The strength comes from the technology application. especially when it comes to a long-term performance. Yeah, of course. Like, nobody realized, Bitcoin was going to be like $1 trillion, right? Even the people that were creating it, right? Again, like until this day, we don't know. We don't know who created Bitcoin, but the value of it and early adopter, of Bitcoin could not have imagined that at all. And any other blockchain as well. I mean, I'm not saying like I'm Bitcoin maximalist or anything like that. I think all of the other coins has their purpose, So you have Bitcoin, you have Ethereum, and of course, like, people have different opinion on XRP, but I think it's valuable. I think the reason why the SEC picked that one to go after is because it's valuable. Perhaps they wanted to put on the map. And I don't know, again, it's like, the backdoor dealing of things. The value of that blockchain is kind of like being attacked, right? For years. Like, I think ever since it was out, the Bitcoin maximalist was kind of saying that it was not a good blockchain. But I don't know. I mean, it's faster than Bitcoin, so it was meant to improve upon the transaction of Bitcoin. And I think the term XRP is like exchange rate peg or something like that, right? I don't know. I heard somebody said that before, and it makes sense. Like, there's no secret that I do hold this coin, so that's the whole point of me kind of like believing it in long term. So I don't know what's going on with the lawsuit nowadays. I'm sure it's still going on, still putting on the shelf. Like, there's no settlement coming, but it seems like there are hope, that this coin's going to do something. But again, I'm investing in a long-term perspective, so I've held it for maybe 5 years. Yeah, close to 5 years. But again, I'm only a couple thousand here. I don't have many coins there. Well, currently anyway. I used to have more because of the whole Celsius thing, so I'm still waiting on the settlement. I think like they finalized it already. It seems like I'm gonna get some mining co or whatever. Pretty excited about it because it's mining Bitcoin and all that stuff. So I'm not worried about it too much. Okay, hi Gabriel, what's up? Hi Uncle Eric, appreciate you. I want to look at ASO balance sheets for comparison. What is ASO? So especially also specialty retailers. What's ASO? Is that a company? This one? On deck, end of 24. Wait, are you talking about the coin, Gabriel? $38 on deck at the end of 24. How could you justify that? Why not? You mean like Bitcoin was the first, they proved the idea was tangible, and even though the transaction per second is rubbish at only 8 yeah. Frame per second. I know, like it's pretty slow. I think that's why XRP was created, because of that problem, to solve, Bitcoin problem. At least that's what the founder was saying anyway. But no one kind of believed XRP, and there was a age-old debate about how, well, since XRP is being created all at once already, you could technically have the code to, change that too. But I mean, based on what XRP is, like, they haven't been, like, that's not true, so to speak. It's just that whatever XRP have in circulation right now is all that is going to be made, right? It just so happened that at the early adoption stage, like, nobody really wanted XRP. They were trying to give XRP for free in the early stage. But anyway, you have to go back to that, 10 years ago. What happened then? I guess we'll see. March will be the very interesting month. GME evening aside. Okay, so I think Gabriel was talking about GME being 34, end of 24. Yeah, I mean, that's a good speculation. I think again, it depends on the earnings, right? I'm gonna go by, quarter at a time here, because again, I can't speculate what, next quarter is gonna be, the exact number and all that stuff. So when we have the numbers, it's easier to kind of assume the trajectory of the company. But as far as, like, from the past year, I mean, if you look at the year, I've showed you guys this before, and you guys probably know this before. Right here, $500 million net. So can they do that in a year? You better believe it. So $500 million a year with the company this size, and when people are betting against it like crazy, thinking that it's going under because of the physical footprint, so it's gonna do something to the stock price, I hope, right? If not, okay, people misvaluate it, and let's keep grinding, right? Keep accumulating as much as you can, whatever you need to do sell, covered call, whatever you need to do to increase your position. And if you could do that through call option, go ahead, more power to you, right? And so to me, I have my long-term outlook for this company. Like I said, I have 30 years to accumulate more and more in my long-term account. And so yeah. And yet the fact that I could make more money to increase my position, that's also a good idea. I mean, a good, oh my goodness. I feel like I need some water. I don't have my water with me. Okay, so yeah, I mean, as far as like cash flow right here, people keep saying they're burning cash and doing this and that. Like, really? Like, cash flow positive. Do you know what that means, right? Revenue's down. Okay, that's one metric. Let's see. So gross profit margin went up. That's something, right? From last quarter, a year ago, it's up by 3%. 3.1%. So yeah, it's up and up. It's like, it's not like they're burning massive amount of cash anymore. And on top of that, they just closed down like 500 stores, right? So that's going to translate into the bottom line. Some way, somehow, somewhere, right? When you cut costs, usually it's a good thing for the company. And the price should translate that But of course, I don't know who keep it down. Maybe people are just, again, they believe in the narrative, right, of the media, and people are like, oh yeah, it's a dying company, right? Okay, well, keep thinking that. Correct. Just to try to estimate fair value for GME operation based on, okay. What is your fair value? What do you think fair value would be, Uncle Eric? What's your opinion on that one? Put them up or shut up. Let's see. Net income is that. It's not related to GameStop, not the same business model. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Is this retail? Never take a look at this company. Okay, sporting good, outdoor. Yeah, they're selling two different things here. Okay, well, if you want to compare that, let's see. Outstanding shares. Look, institutional ownership, 102%. Okay. That's comical to me. I don't know why. Peg ratio. I think it has to be 3, right? That's not too bad though. I mean, at least it's a positive. Book. Price to book. Okay. Pretty good. So good so far. Current asset. Quick ratio. Debt. 1-to-1. GameStop is much better if you were to compare it that way. Okay, they have the ability to earn interest. That's a good sign. Anything above 3 is good for this one. Profit per employee. That's good. At least it's in the positive. Shorted float. Okay, 12% shorted. Wait, what was the float? How much shares are there outstanding? Why am I not seeing this? Oh, okay. So the float is pretty low. 72. Alright. So far, so good. I like what I see. Okay, net profits right there. That's good. Revenue, gross profit. Okay, so here's the problem. Net cash. Okay, working capital, net cash is in the negative. So what does that mean to me? It just means that eventually they're gonna have to dilute, and $20 a share. See, that's a lot. I'm not saying they're gonna, at some point they're gonna need some cash here, because right now the cash doesn't. Well, let's look at. Okay, so at least they're cash flow positive. The capex right here. At least they make more than its capex on the free cash flow, and pretty good sign there. The forecast, of course, they want you to buy into this. I would wait until it comes down a little bit. Okay, C score is pretty good. All right, so the only concern I have for this company is the fact that they have net cash negative. It's not an immediate, kind of concern there, but to me, eventually they're gonna have to, increase their cash position. But let me see what's their operation right here. This is a trailing 12, so $1.4 billion, right? So they need this in a year at least to operate in a better standing. Is there any talk of share dilution here? Seems like they had a stock buyback or something. So it went down. Well, first of all, who owns this company? Who's the board of director and all that stuff? So that's also another, point to take a look at. But again, like, I'm not into this company, so, Both are a specialty retailer and fair to compare. What other specialty can compare to GameStop? I haven't found another that is close enough to do a fair comparison. I know. I guess Best Buy is pretty close, but even that, it's tough to. It's such a unique company to be in, GameStop. That's why I'm in it. Unique story, unique. Everything. I feel like everything about GameStop is like unique. Not to mention, the whole history of it too. So that's, to me, it's an added value because, you have people who are, betting against it so much and, highly controversial. And so any stock that is highly controversial is going to stand to gain or lose massively, right? Again, either way, whichever side you believe in, that's on you. But I think the opportunity is not lost here at all. In fact, it's just the beginning, right? In my opinion. We're about to pose a good quarter to come, so we'll see how it's going to play out. And so I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it, I think the story is still being written, in my opinion, right? So, all right, guys. What do you think the free cash flow will be for this year? Connor, I don't know. So, I could only look back into the past, right? This is the past year. If you were to kind of make that comparison there, look from here to here, right? If you were to make that assumption, I'm assuming, okay, maybe 300,000, close to 300 to 400. For a year is probably $500 million free cash flow. If you just do a yearly, but if you do quarter to quarter, right, from here to here. Now, of course, different time frame, different year, different inflationary standpoint, so it's really hard to kind of make that prediction. But if you put a look back here, that's $470 million right there. Right, just that the difference between this quarter to this quarter, and again, this is a yearly basis, okay, like trailing 12, and so that's annualized right there. So between this and this is $470 million. So if I were to do the same right here, from here to here, Yeah, close to $600 million right there. Am I doing the right math here? But look at this from here to here. That's 450, right? From here to here, it's a little bit less because due to what? This is first quarter, right? First quarter is always the first and second quarter is usually the worst quarter for GameStop. Third quarter usually picked up a little bit, and then fourth quarter is the majority. So that's why. So I'm sure from here to here, that's a good estimation of what fourth quarter is gonna bring. So I would say around $400 to $500 million for free cash flow for this year. Is that fair? Yeah. And you know what too? I think they're gonna increase the marketable security even more. I don't know by how much. I'm hoping maybe like $200 million would be stashed away with that, just to make sure to cover, all of the expenses. And then it's just smooth sailing from there, right? A girl could dream. But we'll see. No, it's not. I don't know what that means, Gabriel. It's a balance sheet, Gabriel. Don't confuse things. Okay. Revenue down 200 million, but up 20. Yeah, that's a good thing, right? Is it 200 million? I feel like... Hold on. Might be a little bit more than that, huh? No, that's cash. So from here to here, if you look at the yearly one, so I'm looking at the annual rate here. So that's 250 difference there. So the revenue went down $250 million in a year, right? But the cash flow is 500 million in the plus side. So yeah, people are just doesn't realize the value of that whatsoever. And that's why if you use just one metric right there, you're gonna miss out on a lot of value that you might not see at the end. So that's why it's important to look at everything, not just one thing. And I'm trying not to cherry pick for my own side as well, because I'm investing in this company. So that's why, I welcome anyone who, give me a different perspective here. So, and I might appreciate that from all of you. Eric, please make some homework. I don't know. Okay, so Maran, where did you get the quality metric from showing that has a quality? Okay, I think you meant the tweet that he tweeted out. I saw that one, but yeah, I don't know where Moran's got it from, but I trust his source. He's pretty good info guy. But this one right here, yeah, I'll just let Moran's respond to that. Giga, you can see it on the book value, price. It's the equality. Equity. It's the equity. I'm kind of lost on what you guys are talking about here. 1.5 equity fair comparison for Gamestop. Oh, are we still talking about ASO thing? But Moran's post a screenshot that gives it a rating. Just wanted to know where that was from. True. A book value is 4.6. The share is 14. Then equity. Okay, shareholder equity versus the price is 30%. Yeah. Yeah, you just do the math, right? 14 divided by 4 there. Would you be interested in to see how other stocks rates and okay, and why they get the rating? That's true. Yeah, some of those rating agency, of course, they are kind of bought and pay for it. So I don't know where this come from either. So it'll be interesting to see it as well. Maybe asset on return, assets on vested capital. All of this metric are A, very strong. Z double prime bankruptcy risk. I think that's the one that I show right here. Z score stat. Down here. Almond Z 3. So anything above 3 is good, for like assessment on bankruptcy and all that stuff. And then I think asset under management or something. No, asset under, sorry, return on capital, something like that. Where did it go? Magic. Up here? No. Sorry, you guys. Oh, right here. Return on equity, return on asset, right? But this will change, when we post positive. So currently, we're still losing money on per employee right here, but very minuscule, And so if we've been cutting down 500 store, I'm sure this number would go up next quarter, right? So that means they make more money per employee. Yep. Okay. Sorry, let me go to. Now with EBITDA, I don't need to dilute. You don't need to dilute. Oh, okay. I think you're still talking about that one. I think I look like I don't understand how to read the balance sheet. Alright. I don't know, there's some history here that I don't get between Gabriel and Uncle Eric here. Yes, I do better than most. I'm not sure you do if you're okay. Sorry, you guys, I'm skipping some of your comment here. Less attacking, more educating. I know you guys, we're all here to learn stuff, so I appreciate all the disagreement, but I'm kind of slow on the reading too, so be careful. If there's like too long, I might not read your comment. I'm sorry. Just chill, dude. It's okay to compare and be critical, and good to be critical against even your own thesis. Yes, I agree with that, because you don't want to be wrong, and that doesn't mean that I'm not bullish on the company, it's like this company, it really doesn't matter how many negative, views, negative sentiments out there. This company is resilient. It's actually a good thing when people are betting against it even. It's like because less people are aware of this, meaning that the value is hidden within that. Like, my point of view is that the more negativity, the better. Why? Because the balance sheet speaks for itself, right? And eventually people are going to stop being negative and flip that script, right? And when the script is flipped by the media, you're going to see that price appreciation. But currently, of course, volume is low and they could say anything they wanted to keep on the price. So I agree with Uncle Eric there. Help us all learn together. Eric, I know you're a shoe. Oh, Gabriel. I'm sorry, Gabriel. I love GameStop and Ryan Cohen. I'm just cynical enough to challenge everything. Okay. I don't think he's a shield. It's fine to compare. However, I don't think comparing is a fair comparison. True. It's tough. Like, unless you have the same exact, business model or retail. But I think the closest comparison would be Best Buy, right? Walmart or, But again, like, GameStop has the ability to be a parent company now. So whether they use that money to finance other company too. So again, like, it's hard to compare when you have that ability and other company hasn't done that yet. I'm sure they're gonna, copy the playbook. Has a $1.4 billion goodwill. Oh, okay, you're right, Connor. I mean, if you look at, this is not the one. This one right here. That's a good point, Gabriel. I didn't even look at that. See, yeah. But how about shareholder equity? 1.1. Oh, okay. So, see, I didn't even looked at that. Okay, so by comparison, if you were to do shareholder equity divided by the market cap of the company, what is the market cap of the company right now? So 1.7 billion divided by that market cap. 1.7 divided by market cap. $35. So they do have more shareholder equity compared to, camping gear and all that stuff. But if you were to subtract that goodwill out of it, which I think it should be subtracted, because again, like, it's an intangible asset. You don't know whether you're gonna it's a lot lower than GameStop share to equity, book value or whatever, right? If you want to compare it that way, right? GameStop doesn't have any goodwill, so there's no propping up on anything intangible there. And GameStop has a positive net cash too, so that's another another thing. And GameStop has better cash on hand, right? Yep. $1 billion versus $300 million. Yeah. You should be more critical against your own thesis. I agree with that. Yes, just you. I'm comparing. I look at both company from both sides. GameStop is a lot more than its balance sheets. Yeah. Company. I don't know what SMCI. I'm not familiar at all. But just for fun. I don't know what MSCI is. MSCI. Is that the one that Moran's was talking about? Okay, so goodwill. Some goodwill there. Ooh, nope, negative shareholder. I'm running. Negative shareholder equity. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. SM Supermicro Computer. Okay, so $3 billion shareholder equity. Is there any goodwill? I don't see any. Long-term total debt, retained earnings in the positive. Okay. Ooh. $32 billion revenue, $9 billion. Okay. Yeah, positive net, strong buy. Oh, hold on. What does Yahoo Finance think?
That is Super Microcomputer. You're looking at shares surging ahead of the open, up nearly 10%. The company forecasting stronger than expected sales for the full year. Then that's further fueling this rally that we have seen in the name. Yahoo Finance's Madison Mills on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange with the latest, Maddie.
If you were listening to our program on January 19th, you are up 17% if you grabbed SMCI on that day. That was the day that they updated their guidance, giving investors a clue that they were going to have better than anticipated earnings results, and that's exactly what happened in the past 24 hours. That's why we're seeing this name up a whopping 36% on that day, January 19th, up 10% in the pre-trade this morning, continuing to rise off of these better than expected results. They beat on the top and bottom line. Their expected revenue was a huge bump as well. They expected 10 to 11 billion for 2024. They updated that to over $14 billion in revenue. So just a huge beat there. And this is our stock to watch this morning because this is a way to play the AI trade, particularly if you don't want to get into some of those overvalued, more expensive names, something like an NVIDIA or an AMD even. We are seeing SMCI hitting record highs this morning, but still some of my sources saying it's trading at a relatively stable valuation compared to some of those other AI names. Now, we do hear from AMD later today. We're still anticipating earnings from NVIDIA, so we're awaiting those results. But remember that SMCI, they're a storage play for the AI space. That AI that we all utilize takes up a lot of storage, so you're going to want to see how an SMCI performs as an indication of how the overall AI space is going. They have customers like a NASA who are using up SMCI's storage, their data centers, as a place to kind of put all of the data that they need stored. And that's why we're going to want to continue to watch SMCI as an indication of just how big the AI play continues to get. And that's why we continue to see calls from across the street. Some of my sources here this morning saying that as much as we look at the Magnificent Seven, you're going to want to continue continue to look at some of these other plays as an indication of how much growth we're going to be able to continue to bank on when it comes to those top 7 tech names.
I don't know. Every time I hear AI, I'm like, run. I feel like that's a term that they use to kind of like, oh, this is going to bring something, right? I don't think it's going to bring it right now. Honestly, AI has been overhyped for this past 2 years already, and I think it's overblown. I'm not saying it has no use case or anything like that. I'm just saying that perhaps in 10 years you will see the benefit of AI. Currently, it's just too expensive, I bet, to even produce anything like robots and all that stuff. Like fully functioning robot who could replace human. I don't think you could replace human altogether here. You still need human to make money to buy into those AI stuff. And how do you sell those products, right? And then Kramer here, obviously, he's probably pumping it. It's like, oh, breakout move. So I don't know. Not qualified to evaluate the company. But if you were to look at the stat here, institution owned 60%, inside owned pretty okay. 15%, that's pretty good amount there. But look at the EPA, sorry. PE ratio right here, I don't know. Again, Nvidia is probably like 60 to whatever percent or time it's earning. 45, I don't know. You make your own judgment here. To me, that's pretty high. Okay, debt to equity is pretty good. They have more asset. Okay. They have good numbers. Okay, what else am I seeing? Okay, so gross profit, net income, that's pretty good. Everything is in the plus. Working capital, net cash positive, that's a plus, right? But cash flow negative. So within the last 12 months, they've been losing money there. Maybe debt? Hold on, let me see. Well, no, debt wasn't that large. Wonder what's going on there. Okay, so cash flow right here. So it went from this to this. Wow, that's down pretty substantial, you guys. Maybe due to the seasonal thing. Hold on. Okay, so last year they were making money. This year they don't. Quarter 2, usually it's a lot higher for this company. Yeah, I don't know, you guys. So that's that. I mean, gross profit went up, but revenue went up by 30. What's the gross profit margin though? Okay, so gross profit margin went down. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there. Might be the financial stuff. Balance sheets, maybe. Terrible investment. Long term. Okay, so it's looks like they paid off something there. Debt growth. Okay, they kind of eliminate some of that. Well, okay, so hold on. The long-term debt went down. while total debt went up by $150 million. Okay. Yeah, I mean, at least I have some shareholder equity here, but compared to GameStop, it's not that much if you kind of do that in market cap right here. So that's like 10% share equity. Okay, so sorry you guys, I'm kind of behind on the chat here. Similar revenue. I would disagree with the business model, but I estimate you don't care about goodwill. Please don't compare a company with a goodwill versus true. Many companies have goodwill on the book. Yes, I agree with that. Many company, but if you don't have goodwill, it's much better than having goodwill. Yes, not all goodwill are created equal. I get that. But if you were to evaluate just cash on cash, that's much better because there's no gray area there, right? The fact that it's called intangible asset, means something, right? Why is it intangible? Why can't you put a price on that? So that's why goodwill to me is like company without goodwill and are profitable is much better than company that are profitable but have tons of goodwill, right? Just my opinion. Did you say that will be $9? Goodwill is doesn't matter. I don't know. Not in. I'm all in. Jimmy balance sheet is prettier than income statement. Not yet, but might be. Okay. They will see. We will see with margins and where the revenue lands. Yep. It was a cool comparison. Jimmy has a better balance sheet than yep. Yes. Yep. Okay, sorry you guys, I'm skipping through. I think I'm getting to the end of my stream, you guys, so I appreciate all of you coming in and commenting and all that stuff. So it was fun today, kind of interact with all of you. Okay, Best Buy and Walmart is like business cycle. Stage 1 would actually be worse. Okay, comparison. More than Whole Food acquisition. Okay, yep, we are on the same team. What are you buying? Feel like Gabriel and Uncle Eric is making up here. I'll stop here. Alright guys, I'm just skimming through your comments here, so sorry about that. I've been in the memes frenzy for 3 years and have had several averages. I told you I don't have to care about average. Okay, he's not interested and it's just show I can do it. Okay. Okay, but I'm interested because of retail and future free cash flow. Level. Basically 0. Yeah. I mean, everything needs to be said about GameStop has been said already. You know, the bullish case is here. It took 3 years to get here. But I bet you anything, today's company is much better than before the squeeze, right? Not only that we have new leadership, we have a clean slate. I'll just end it here, you guys. So again, I appreciate all of you. But before I let you go though, you know, to me, you know, just I guess like the interview that Ryan Cohen was talking about with the DD guy, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. He said that the work was done, right? But of course, like in that same interview, he said if ever he become a CEO of any other company, he's gonna work himself to death. So if you have this type of leadership in your company that you own as an asset, that is enormous. At least you have a CEO who's willing to work, put in the work, and of course, like the ethical way of him just using his own money and not getting paid for the work that he's doing. I get it if GameStop goes up in price, you know, he stand to gain a lot. But I think to him, it's about building a legacy that lasts for decades to come here. So to me, that's more valuable than any balance sheets that you could see, any price action that you could see, any call option that you could put into it, right? Of course, we could speculate the short-term price action here and having fun with it, but in the long term, you know, you have a great CEO, great leadership here that is willing to go, you know, through BS, you know, through anything, obstacles and the like. And, you know, to have this leadership work ethic, I wouldn't trade it for anything. See what I mean? So at the very least, you shouldn't be ignoring this type of leadership, right? Yeah, you could sit on the sideline thinking that it's a terrible company to own, but how long can you sit on the sideline? We'll see, right? One quarter at a time, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. So that's all I have. Again, thank you. I'll go through all of these comments, and if I see anything that I want to mention later on, I will do that. So, all right, I will sign out. Okay.